Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Current Affair of the month 1st January 2022 2nd February 2022 तक till 2nd February 2022। सो फ्रेंड्स, यहाँ पर आज आपका है जनवरी 2022 का करंट अफेयर, पूरे मंथ्स का निचोड़। इंग्लिश में आज का आपका ये रहने वाला है, हिंदी में मैं करा चुकी हूँ। हिंदी वाले अगर नहीं देखा है तो ज़रूर देखिएगा, और इंग्लिश वाले हैं तो आप ज़रूर इसे देख लीजिएगा, चलेगा। यहाँ पर आपका पहला है अपॉइंटमेंट। क्या है? अपॉइंटमेंट से रिलेटेड कुछ आपके यहाँ पर जो क्वेश्चन बने हैं, जो अपॉइंटमेंट्स हुए हैं, उन्हें यहाँ पर देख लीजिएगा। जिसमें पहला है विनय कुमार त्रिपाठी। विनय कुमार त्रिपाठी appointed as new chairman and chief executive officer of railway board। so friends, यहाँ पर आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है कि who has been appointed as new chairman and chief executive officer of railway board। तब आपका आंसर क्या होना चाहिए? विनय कुमार त्रिपाठी। who's विनय कुमार त्रिपाठी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट आपका क्या बनेगा? बलदेव प्रकाश हैज़ बीन अपॉइंटेड एज द मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर एंड चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर MD and CEO of Jammu and Kashmir Bank for 3 years। Who has been appointed as the managing director and chief executive officer of Jammu and Kashmir Bank for 3 years? बलदेव प्रकाश। who's बलदेव प्रकाश। नेक्स्ट यहाँ पर आपका VS पठानिया टुक ओवर एज द 24th डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ द इंडियन कोस्ट गार्ड फ्रॉम कृष्णा स्वामी नटराजन हु रिटायर्ड फ्रॉम सर्विस। नेक्स्ट, इंडियाज परमानेंट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव to the United Nations T.S. Trimurti has been appointed as the chair of the UN United Nations Security Council Counter-Terrorism Committee for 2022। Next, Vinod Kannan took over as the Chief Executive Officer of Vistara Airline। Alka Mittal has been given the additional charge as the new interim chairman and managing director of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, the largest oil and gas producer in India। The Reserve Bank of India has appointed Deepak Kumar and Ajay Kumar Chaudhary as new executive director with effect from 3 January। Indian origin American diplomat Atul Keshav has been appointed as the president of the US-India Business Council by the US Chambers of Commerce। Next, G. Ashok Kumar has been appointed as the new Director General of the National Mission for Clean Ganga NMCG under the Ministry of Jal Shakti। Next, G. Ashok Kumar is properly known as the Rain Man of the India for his excellent work in rainwater harvesting under the Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Run campaign। State-owned Bank of Baroda has signed cricketer Shefali Verma as its brand endorsement। Next, the Centre has reappointed Vijay Paul Sharma as the chairman of the Commission for Agriculture Cost and Price (CACP). Next, the Government of India has extended the tenure of Navrang Saini as interim chairperson of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India for 4 months till 5th March 2022। And the next points, former Reserve Bank of India Governor Urjit Patel has been appointed as Vice President of the Multilateral Funding institution, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, for a period of 3 years. He will be one of the 5 vice president of the AIIB, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Next, French-born economist Pierre Olivier Goricans has been named as the next chief economist of the International Monetary Fund. He will succeed Geeta Gopinath, the first woman to serve as the IMF chief economist. Next, Renew-Buy, an online insurance platform, has appointed Rajkumar Rao as the brand ambassador for its first 360-degree consumer advertising campaign that highlights consumers' insurance needs. And next, the eminent rocket scientist Dr. S. Somnath has been appointed as the new Space Secretary and Chairman of Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. Reserve Bank of India has approved the appointment of Itira Davis as Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank for 1 tenure. Dr. Raghvendra Tanwar, a professor emeritus and former registrar of the Kurukshetra University, has been appointed as chairman of the Indian Council of Historical Research, New Delhi. The Board of Directors of Adani Power Limited, a subsidiary of Adani Group, approved the appointment of Sri Singh B. Kalia as the Chief Executive Officer of Adani Power with effect from 11 January 2022. Next, Narendra Kumar Goenka has been appointed as the new chairman of the Apparel Export Promotion Council, AEPC. Roberta Metsola, a Christian Democrat from Malta, was elected President of the European Union's Parliament. The government approved the proposal for appointment of Eastern Army Commander Lieutenant General Manoj Pandey as the next Vice Chief of Army Staff. General Pandey would be the successor to Lieutenant General C.P. Mohanty, who is scheduled to superannuate on January 31. Next question, Senior Bureaucrat Vikram Devdutt has been appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of Air India. As the Chairman and Managing Director of Air India Limited. The Board of Directors of the Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperative, IFFCO, has unanimously elected Dilip Sanghani as the 17th Chairman of the cooperative. Paytm founder Vijay Shekhar Sharma has been roped in as the ambassador of Universal Acceptance Steering Group, a community-based team of industry leaders supported by global internet body ICANN. Chanchal Kumar has been appointed as the Managing Director of National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited under the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Plant-based meat company Good Dot has roped in Neeraj Chopra as its brand ambassador. Vinodanand Jha has been appointed as the chairperson of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PMLA, educating authority for a period of 5 years. Next point, Pushpa Kumar Joshi has been named to be the new chairman and managing director of Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, HPCL, the nation's third largest oil refining and fuel marketing company. He will replace Mukesh Kumar Surana, who superannuates on 30 April this year, यानी कि 2022. The, the government of India has appointed Dr. V. Anant Nageshwaran as the new chief economist advisor. This post was lying vacant since 17 December 2021 when KV Subramaniam left the office. एंड नेक्स्ट आपका जो टॉपिक है वो है नेशनल अफेयर. द गवर्नमेंट हैज़ अप्रूव द issuance of the 19th tranche of electoral bonds which will be open for sale from the 1st January to 10th January 2022 ahead of assembly elections in 5 states: Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Goa. In the 19th tranche of sale, the State Bank of India has been authorized to issue an in-case electoral bonds through its 29 specialized branches. Next, Information Technology Ministry Ashwini Vaishnaw has launched the India Semiconductor Mission ISM to attract large investment for setting up semiconductors water fabrication facilities in India. Union Minister of Education Dharmendra Pradhan has launched National Educational Alliance for Technology NEAT NET 3.0 and regional language textbooks prescribed by the All India Council for Technical Education. NEAT 3.0 aims to provide the best developed EdTech solution and courses to students on a single platform. It will be beneficial especially among the economically disadvantaged students. Next, Power and New Renewable Energy Minister Rajkumar Singh has dedicated automatic generation control to the nation. The AGC sends signals to power plants every 4 seconds to maintain the frequency and thereby reliability of India's power system. It will help in achieving the government's target of 500 gigawatt non-fossil fuel based generation capacity by 2030. 25th National Youth Festival was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Pondicherry on the occasion of birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. The festival will be held on 12th January to 13th in virtual mode because of COVID-19 pandemic. Next, the Election Commission of India has increased the election expenditure limit for candidate in parliamentary and assembly constituency due to the rise in inflation. The ceiling on parliamentary poll expenditure has been raised from 70 lakh to 95 lakh rupees in bigger states and 54 lakh to 75 lakh in smaller state. The ceiling on poll expenditure in UT of Jammu and Kashmir has been raised to 95 lakh rupees. Next, for assembly constituency, expenditure limits have been enhanced from 28 lakh rupees to 40 lakh rupees in bigger state and from 20 lakh to 28 lakh in smaller state. Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi has declared that starting from the year 2022 December 26 will be observed as Veer Bal Divas every year. The day will be commemorated as a tribute to the courage of the fourth Sahibzade, the fourth son of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who attained martyrdom in the 17th century. IndiaSkill 2021 national competition concluded with more than 200 participants who were felicitated by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. As many as 270 winner of the competition, felicitated with 61 gold, 77 silver, 53 bronze and 79 medallions of excellence. Odisha finished first out of 26 states and union territories of this year in the India Skill 2021 contest. With 51 medals, Odisha won 10 gold, 18 silver, 9 bronze and 14 medallions. Minister of State for Culture Meenakshi Lekhi has launched the Northeast on Wheel expeditions in New Delhi to promote the culture of Northeast states. The bike expedition is scheduled between 8th to 16th April 2022 mark the celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Next point, the world's largest national flag made of khadi fabric was put to display to celebrate the Army Day on 15 January 2022. It was displayed at Longewala along the India-Pakistan border in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. The monumental national flag in 225 feet long and 150 feet wide. It is approximately 1400 kgs in weight. The Government of India has released a commemorate postal stamps on the COVID-19 vaccination on 16 January 2022 mark the first anniversary of the country national immunizations program against the virus. And next point, the commemorative stamp design feature a healthcare worker inoculating a senior citizen with COVID-19 vaccine along with an image of co-vaccine vial. Minister of State for Education Subhash Sarkar has launched the Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar 2021 and 22. The Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar recognize, inspire and awards school that have undertaken exemplary work in the field of water, sanitation and hygiene while also providing a benchmark and a roadmap of for a school to make further improvements in future. And next point, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has virtually organized the first ever Startup India Innovation Week from 10th to 16 January of 2022. Next, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated Azadi के अमृत महोत्सव से स्वर्णिम भारत की ओर program via video conferencing. The national level program includes 7-year-long initiative dedicated to the celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav by the Brahma Kumaris. And next, Union Agriculture Ministry has amended the guidelines of submission on agriculture mechanization to provide 40 to 100% subsidy until March 2023 and purchasing drones for farm mechanization. Next, after the amendment, a grant for the purchases of drone up to 100% of the cost of agriculture drones of 10 lakh rupees, whichever is less, can be given. Next, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology MeitY has released a 5-year roadmap and vision document 2.0 for the electronic sector. The Vision Document 2.0 titled $300 billion Sustainable Electronics Manufacturing and Export by 2026 has been prepared by MeitY in association with the India Cellular and Electronics Association. Next point, India has paid USD 29.9 million in United Nations regular budget assessment for the year 2022. Hashtag India, proud to pay again in full. India joined the 2022 on a roll of 24 members state out of 193 that have paid their UN regular and budget assessment to in full India's permanent mission to the United Nations tweet. India is currently a non-permanent member of the 15th Nation Security Council and its 2-year term will end on December 31st, 2022. Sorry. Next, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has launched the official mobile application of the Parliament named Digital Sansad application to allow citizens to access live proceeding of the House, including the Union Budget 2022 live. So friends, national current affair complete, and next, international affairs. World's longest metro line was opened in China, Shanghai province. With the new lines, the total length of Shanghai's metro's network has extended to 831 km, continuing to be the longest in the world. France has assumed the rotating presidency of the Council of the European Union with effects from 1st January 2022. The country will continue to hold the EU presidency for the next 6 months till June 30, 2022. This is the 13th time that France has taken over the rotating presidency. The motto of France as EU president is Recovery, Strength, Belonging. Russia successfully test fired around 10 new Zircon hypersonic cruise missile from a frigate and other 2 missiles from a submarine. The Zircon missile would be capable of flying at 9 times the speed of sound and have a range of 1000 km, 620 miles. The stock market value of Apple Inc. hit $300 trillion and became the world's first company to do so. The market cap of Apple hit $182.86 per share, which made it the world's first company to touch the $300 trillion mark. Prime Minister of Sudan, Abdullah Hamdok, has announced his resignation on 2nd January 2022. The decision follows as a military coup that caused political deadlock and widespread pro-democracy protest in the country. Next, the Caribbean nation of Antigua and Barbuda joined the International Solar Alliance as the 102nd member by signing the International Solar Alliance Framework Agreement, the India-led Global Green Energy Initiative. China's senior diplomat Zhang Ming has taken charge as the new Secretary General of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, in which India is a member. Organization of the Petroleum exporting countries has appointed Kuwaiti oil executive Haitham Al-Ghaz as its new Secretary General. As its new Secretary General, as demand for oil continues to improve amid mild recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. Lahore High Court's Justice Aisha Malik has become the first women judge of Pakistan Supreme Court. Next, China has announced a 5-year roadmap to achieve its goals of becoming a global robotic innovation hub by the year 2024. As per the 2021 World Robot Report, South Korea, Singapore and Japan were the top 3 most automated countries in Asia Pacific. The leaders of Japan and Australia signed a landmark defense agreement that allowed closer cooperation between their militaries and stands as rebuke to China's growing assertiveness in the Indo-Pacific region. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida met in a virtual summit to sign the Reciprocal Access Agreement, the first such defense pact signed by Japan with any country other than the United States. The Parliament of Kazakhstan has unanimously approved the appointment of Ali Khan Samlo as the new Prime Minister of the country. Cyprus has detected a new variant of coronavirus, DAP, as a Delta clone that has a similar genetic background to the Delta variant, coupled with 10 mutation from Omicron. India has announced financial assistance of USD 900 million loans to Sri Lanka to help the island nation in building up its depleted foreign reserve and for food imports. It must be noted that Sri Lanka is currently facing a shortage of almost all essential commodities due to a storage of dollar to pay for the imports. Philippines has become the first foreign country to place an order for the purchase of the BrahMos shore-based cruise missile system for its navy. This agreement will give a big boost to India's defense manufacturing system. The estimated deal cost is worth 3,074 $749 million. Nicaragua President Jose Daniel Ortega Saavedra, leader of the Sandinista National Liberating Front, was sworn in for a new presidential term. This marks his fifth term and fourth consecutive term as the president of Nicaragua. The US Treasury has minted coins of featuring poet Maya Angelou, the first black woman ever featured on the 25th cent coin known as a quarter. Angelou, a poet and activist, was the first black woman to write and perform a poem at a presidential inauguration. South Africa has launched its first satellite constellation deployment entirely in the continent of Africa. 3 locally produced nanosatellites, which made up the country's first maritime domain awareness satellite constellation, were launched from Cape Canaveral in the United States as part of Americans aerospace company SpaceX Transporter 3 mission. Israel has completed a successful flight test of the Arrow 3, which is designed to intercept ballistic missile outside of the Earth's atmosphere. The test was performed at a test site in central Israel and led by Israel Aerospace Industries. Iconic Infinity Bridge in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, has been formally opened to traffic for the first time on 16 January 2022. Its design resembles a mathematical sign for infinity. It represents the limitless infinite goals of Dubai. It consists of 6 lanes in each direction and a combined 3-meter track for pedestrians and cyclists. It is 300 meter long and 22 meter wide. Indonesia will move its capital to mineral-rich East Kalimantan, an Indonesia province on the island of Borneo. the name of the new capital with Nusantara, which means archipelago in Javanese. Barbuda's Prime Minister Mia Mottley was sworn in for a second term in office on 20 January 2022, following a following a landslide victory by her party in the 2022 election. She is the leader of the Barbados Labour Party since 2008. She is the first women Prime Minister of the country as well as first PM under a republic system. Next, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, a multilateral development bank, has committed USD $150 million to invest in the development of data centers that mostly serve emerging Asia. Next, the world's largest canal lock has been inaugurated at Izzamuddin, a small port city in the port of Amsterdam, the Netherlands. The sea lock was inaugurated by Dutch King Willem Alexander. The Izzamuddin Sea Lock is 500 meter, 1640 feet long and 70 meter wide. Next, the Freedom and Refoundation Party Labour member Simora Castro has been sworn in as the first female president of Honduras. North Korea successfully tested its Hwasong 12 intermediate range ballistic missile from the Jagan province area. The Hwasong 12 has an estimated range of 4,500 kilometers. And next, state and UT's news. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has launched an online service for the verification of identity and submission of life certificates for pensioners of the state government. Telangana ranked first in the country in the list of the highest number of open defecation free ODF Pulse Plus villages under the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin Phase 2nd program till 31st December 2021. As many as 13,737 out of 14,200 villages in the state are on the ODF Pulse Plus list, which is 96.74%. Next, Telangana was followed by Tamil Nadu's with 4,432 villages, 35.39%, and Karnataka with 1,511 villages, 5.59%. Odisha's Ganjam district, the home turf of Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik, has been declared as child marriage free district. Himachal Pradesh became the first LPG enabled and smoke free state. This milestone was achieved due to the Ujjwala scheme and Grahini Suvidha Yojana by Centre. The Kerala High Court is all set to become India's first paperless court. Supreme Court Judge Justice Daya Chandrachud inaugurated the smart courts room on 1st January 2022. Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel has launched Student Startups and Innovation Policy 2.0 SSIP 2.0 for the next 5 years. The policy contains provision for the establishment of active innovation and incubation centers in all universities in the state. Uttar Pradesh government declared 4 villages located near the Nepal border in the Bahraich district as revenue villages. These 4 villages are Bhawanipur, Tedia, Dhakia and Bichian, located in Mihina Purwa Tehsil of the district. Next, Kokborok Day, also known as the Tripura Language Day, is annually celebrated across the Indian state of Tripura on 19th January with an aim to develop the Kokborok language. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the administration has declared Zeri settlement in Rasi district as the first milk village of the Union Territory and sanitation. 57 more dairy farm under the Integrated Dairy Development Scheme for the hamlet. Next, Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh Jairam Thakur has launched the Apna Kangra application and hampers handicraft by self help groups at Dharamshala, Himachal Pradesh. The application aims to provide a hassle-free experience for tourists and boost sale of the local handicraft. The government of Karnataka has launched India's first AVGC Center of Excellence, Animation, Visual Effects, Gaming and Comics in Mahedevpura, Bangalore, Karnataka. Government of Himachal Pradesh and Haryana have signed an MOU at Panchkula for the construction of Adi Badri Dham that would come upon 77 acres in Himachal Pradesh near the Adi Badri area of Yamuna Nagar district of Haryana. The purposed dam aims for the rejuvenation of the Saraswati River with an estimated cost of 215.35 crore. Kerala Birds Atlas, the first of its kind state level birds atlas in India, has created solid baselines data about the distribution and abundance of bird species across all major habitats, giving an impetus to futuristic studies. India's first innovation center for graphene will be set up in Kerala by the Digital University Kerala along with Center for Material for Electronics Technology CMAT in Thrissur for 86.46 crore. Graphene is known for its extraordinary electrical and electronic properties, and as per latest research it could replace indium and thereby bring down the cost of OLED organic light emitting diode screens in smartphones. The first geological park of India will be built in Lamheta, Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh. And next, Chief Electoral Office of Punjab unveiled its election mascot Shehra Loins. And next one's sports news. India has lifted the Under-19 Asia Cup by defeating Sri Lanka by 9 wickets in a rain-interrupted one-day international final in Dubai through the Duckworth-Lewis stump method. South Africa wicketkeeper batter Quinton de Kock has announced his retirement from Test cricket with immediate effect. Veteran New Zealand's batsman Ross Taylor has announced retirement from international cricket at the end of the ongoing domestic season. He is the first cricketer to play more than 100 matches in all three formats. Pakistani all-rounder Mohammad Hafiz has announced his retirement from international cricket to end his career spanning more than 18 years. He is nicknamed the Professor. Sports Ministry Mission Olympic Cell MOC of India has approved the inclusive of alpine skiing athlete MD Arif Khan in the target Olympic podium skiing core group until the Winter Olympics schedule this February in Beijing, China. Legend League Cricket has appointed Zulan Goswami as an ambassador to its all-women match official team to promote women's empowerment initiative of the LLC and to increase participations of women in cricket. Nordic break Abdu Usso, Uzbekistan won the World Rapid Chess Championship 2021 by defeating Ian N. Nepo Nishi Russian in a tiebreaker in dethroning Magnus Carlsen, the current world number 1. French tennis player Gail Monfils beat Russia's Karen Khachanov in the men's single event of 2022 Adelaide International to claim the 11th ATP title of this career. In the women's category, world number 1 Australian star Ashley Barty beat Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan to win her second Adelaide International title. World number 6 Rafael Nadal won the men's single tennis title at 2022 Melbourne Summer Set 1. In the women's singles, Simona Halep beat Russians Veronika Kudryavtseva to win her 23rd career WTA title. Tamil Nadu's Bharat Subramaniam became India's 73rd chess grandmaster. He secured the third and final grandmaster norm at an event at Cattolica in Italy. South Africa all-rounder Chris Morris has announced his retirement from all form of cricket. Morris has played in 4 Tests, 42 ODIs and 23 T21 for South Africa. The Board of Control for Cricket in India has informed that Tata Group has replaced Chinese mobile phone manufacturer Vivo as the title sponsor of the Indian Premier League for the 2022 and 2023 season. The multinational conglomerate will pay of 300 crore per year. The All India Sports Council of the DIF has got approval from the International Committee of Sports for the DIF to host the first World DIF T20 Cricket Championship in Kerala from 10 to 20 January 2023. The 9th Women's National Ice Hockey Championship 2022 was inaugurated at Ice Skating Rink Kaza in Lahore, Speedy, district of Himachal Pradesh. For the first time in the state, ice hockey competition and development camp is being organized at the national level. Indian badminton player Lakshya Sen has defeated world champion Loh Keen Yew of Singapore in the men's single final of India Open 2022, secure his maiden Super 500 title. Tasneem Mir became the first Indian to grab world number 1 in the under-19 girls singles category with 10,810 points in the latest Badminton World Federation junior ranking. Goalkeeper Shavita Punia will lead India at the upcoming Women's Asia Cup in Muscat as Hockey India named as a strong 18-member squad of the event, including 16 players that feature at the Tokyo Olympics. The tennis Asian Aslan Karatsev defeated Andy Murray to win men's single title at the Sydney Tennis Classic final to claim the third ATP 2 title. The women's single title was claimed by Spanish world number 9 Paula Badoza, who defeated Barbosa Krejcikova to capture her third career title. India is all set to host AFC Women's Football Asian Cup. India 2022 from 20 January 2022 in Mumbai and Pune. The tournament will witness 12 teams competing for the trophy. AFC Women's Asian Cup India will also be the final stage of Asian qualification for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Next, TCS has partnered with Canada Running Series to become the new title sponsor and official technology consulting partner of the Toronto Waterfront Marathon and virtual race through November 2026. India tennis star Sania Mirza announced her retirement and said that 2022 is going to be her last season on the tour. The 35-year-old had already bowed out of single competition in 2013. Sania has 6 Grand Slam titles in women's double and mixed double to her name. Her last deadline grabbing win came with Chinese partner Suzy Zhang in women's doubles at the Ostrava Open on 26 September 2021. Pakistani skipper Babar Azam has been named as the captain of the ICC Men's T21 Team of the Year for 2021. No Indian has been included in this team. However, in ICC Women's T21 Team of the Year for 2021, Smriti Mandhana is the only Indian women player named in the 11th member team. England's Nat Seaver has been made the captain of ICC Women's T21 Team of the Year for 2021. AC India shuttler PV Sindhu has bagged the women's single title at the Syed Modi International Tournament in Lucknow. India's first para badminton academy has been set up in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. The setup will improve India's medal prospect at the 2024 Paralympics to be held in Paris, France at the Stade de France Stadium. The women's team from Ladakh has lifted the 9th National Women's Ice Hockey Championship in Himachal Pradesh. Next, Lucknow's IPL franchises, which is owned by Sanjeev Goenka Group, has been renamed Lucknow Super Giants ahead of Indian Premier League 2022 mega occasion. India defeated China by 2.20 to win the bronze medal at the 2022 Women's Hockey Asia Cup tournament held from January 21 to 28, 2022 at the Sultan Qubus Sports Complex in Muscat, Oman. Japan defeated South Korea by 4-2 in the final to win their third title at the Women's Hockey Asia Cup tournament. Rafael Nadal Spain has defeated Daniel Medvedev Russia 2-6, 6-4, 6-7, 6-4, 6-4, 7-5 to win the men's single title at the Australian Open 2022. This is his 21st major title, becoming the first male player to do so. In women's tennis, Margaret Court, Australia has 24 single major, an all-time record. In women's, Ashley Barty, Australian, defeated Danielle Collins, US, to win women's single final title at the Australian Open 2022. Argentina defeated Chile by 4-2 to win its 6th Women's Field Hockey Championship title at the 2022 Women's Pan American Cup. Indian men's hockey player P. Ashish has won the World Games Athlete of the Year award for 2021. Chennai Super Kings has become the country's first sports unicorn, with its market cap having touched a high of 7,600 crore and its share in the grey market trading in the 210 and 225 prize band. Indian teenager Unnati Hooda beat compatriot Smith Toshinwal to claim the women's singles title at 2022 Odisha Open badminton tournament. The 14-year-old Unnati is the youngest India to win the tournament. In men's single, India 21-year-old Kiran George beat Priyansu Rajwa to emerge as the winner. World champion Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen has defeated ZM Fabino Karuna and secured his victory in 2022 Tata Steel Chess Tournament with a round 2 spare. Irigasi Arjun India has won the Tata Steel Challenges. The International Cricket Council has given New Zealand batter Daryl Mitchell the Spirit of Cricket Award 2021 for refusing a single to his partner James Nisham in the T20 World Cup semi-final against England after the game gotten into the way of the bowler. Books and author, important books and author, 2022 January 2022. HarperCollins publisher India is set to publish a new book titled Mamta Beyond 2021, authored by political journalist Jayant Ghoshal and translated by Arunav Sinha. Dhirendra K. Jha, a Delhi-based journalist, has authored a new book titled Gandhi's Ascension, The Making of Nathuram Godse and His Idea of India. Tata Sons Immer's chairman, veteran industrialist and philanthropist Ratan Tata's biography titled Ratan and Tata, the authorized biography, has been penned by a former senior bureaucrat and retired IS officer Dr. Thomas Matthew. It will be published by HarperCollins. HarperCollins is set to publish Indomitable, a working women's note on life, work and leadership, the autobiography of Arundhati Bhattacharya, retired Indian banker and former first ever women's chairperson of the State Bank of India. A new biography titled boasts the untold story of an incovenant nationalist has been authored by Chandrachud Ghosh. Next, Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshari has released a book titled The Legend of Birsa Munda, authored by Tushin A. Sinha and co-authored by Ankita Verma. Union Minister of State for Culture Meenakshi Lekhi has released a pictorial comic book titled India's Women Unsung Heroes as a tribute to the forgotten women freedom fighters of the country. The former Finance Secretary of India, Subhash Chandra Garg has announced his debut book named The $10 Trillion Dream. A new book titled A Little Book of India Celebrating 75 Years of Independence, authored by Ruskin Bond, was released marking 75 years of India's independence. The book titled Fearless Governments, authored by Dr. Kiran Bedi, has been released. A book titled Operation Khatma has been authored by journalist R.C. Gansu and Ashwini Bhatnagar. Next, awards and recognition. Photojournalist Danish Siddiqui, who died during an assignment on Afghanistan, has been posthumously awarded as the Journalist of the Year for 2020 by Mumbai Press Club. CJI and V. Raman presented the annual Red Ink Awards for Excellence in Journalism. The award for Lifetime Achievement has been bestowed on senior journalist and the author Prem Shankar Jha. Jishan A. Latif won Ramnath Goenka Award in the photo journalism category. He documented the plague of people who were dropped from the National Register of Citizens NRC and put a face to an untold human story. For more details, refer award section. India's one of the top numerologists, J.C. Chaudhary, has achieved the first ever Guinness World Record in numerology and the first world record of 2022 by educating about ancient science to around 6,000 participants. Enthusiasts of numerology joined from the United States, the United Kingdom, Middle East, and India. Union Minister of Jal Shakti Gajendra Singh Shekhawat has declared the winner of the 3rd National Water Awards for the year 2022. Uttar Pradesh has been adjudged the best state in water conservation efforts in the National Water Award 2028 is followed by Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu respectively. And next, Kerala Arts and Craft Village Organization from Kovalam, Kerala was awarded the International Craft Award for 2021 for the best craft village in the world by the World Craft Council International. In the 79th edition of Golden Globe Award 2022 ceremony, The Power of the Dog has won the award for Best Film Drama. For more detail, refer award section. HDFC Bank was named as the best private bank in India at the Global Private Banking Award 2021, which was organized by Professionally Wealth Management in a virtual ceremony. Dr. Satish Adiga has been selected by the Indian Council of Medical Research for its national award. He will receive Dr. Subhas Mukherjee Award from ICMR in recognition for his outstanding contribution to the field of in vitro fertilization. Next, the Forensic Science Laboratory won Scotch Award in the silver category for its work towards combating crime and violence against children. The award was given out the 78th Scotch Summit. The state of governance was the theme of the summit. The 2015 film Basrangi Bhaijaan fame actor Harshali Malhotra has been awarded a 12th Bharat Ratna Dr. Ambedkar Award 2022. She received the award from Shri Bhagat Singh Koshari, Governor of Maharashtra, for her commendable performance in the movie and contribution in the field of Indian cinema. DBT BIRAC supported startups NIRAMAI, Health Analytics Private Limited and NINNACCL Technology Private Limited have received World Bank Group and Consumer Technology Association Global Women's Health Tech Awards. The American contestant Shailene Ford was crowned as the winner of Mrs. World 2022. She was crowned by the outgoing Queen Kati Saddle from Ireland. Note: Miss World is beauty. Mrs. World is beauty present for married women, which is different from Miss World beauty present. India's Navdeep Kaur has won the award for the best national customs at the prestigious Mrs. World 2022 present in Nevada, Las Vegas. Navdeep Kaur said that her customs was inspired from Kundalini Chakra. Lavani artist from Maharashtra Sumit Bali of Fulbari Taluka has won a gold medal at the International Folk Art Festival in Dubai. The Global pharmaceutical giant Pfizer Inc. Chairman and Chief Executive Albert Bourla has been awarded with the prestigious Janus Prize 2022 for his effort in leading the development of a COVID-19 vaccine, Pfizer Biotechnic COVID-19 vaccine. Bollywood actor Sushmita Sen has been conferred with the International Association for Working Women Awards at the Washington DC South Asian Film Festival 2021. The former Miss Universe has been felicitated for outstanding performance by a female actor in TV series for her show Arya 2. The Best FIFA Football Awards 2021 ceremony was held virtually in Zurich, Switzerland, to crown outstanding player for excellent achievement in football. Poland and FC Bayern Munchen strike Robert Lewandowski was recognized as the best FIFA men's player, while Spain midfielder Alexia Putellas was recognized as the best FIFA women's player. Next, Indian movies Jai Bhim and Marakkar Arabica Dalnate Simam have been officially shortlisted for the Oscar 2022. The 94th Academy Award will be held on 27 March. Former Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was conferred with the Netaji Award 2022 by Netaji Research Bureau. And Prajakta Kohli has become India's first United Nations Development Program Youth Climate Champion. She is a content creator on various online platforms like YouTube, Instagram, etc. She has been conferred the title for her contribution towards mental health, women rights and girls' child education through various global social campaigns. The International Cricket Council has announced the winner of the 17th edition of ICC Awards for the year 2021 to recognize and honor the best international cricket player. Smriti Mandhana has been awarded with Rachel Heheho Flint Trophy for ICC Women's Cricketer of the Year. For more detail, refer our section. नेक्स्ट पीवी मैंने आपको जो अवार्ड वाला वीडियो कराया है उसे ज़रूर देख लीजिएगा. PS विंतो राज डायरेक्टेड film Kujungal from India won the Best Film Award in the Asian Film Competition sector at the 20th Dhaka International Film Festival. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs announced the Padma Award on the evening of the country's 73rd Republic Day. This year, the President has approved conferment of 128 Padma Awards, which comprise 4th Padma Vibhushan, 17 Padma Bhushan and 107 Padma Shri Award. For more detail, आप देख सकते हैं हमारी वीडियो. Olympian Neeraj Chopra will be honored with Padma Param Vishishta Seva Medal on the evening of Republic Day by President Ramnath Kovind. He is the first track and field athlete to win a gold medal for India at the Olympic. Neeraj is Subedar in the Indian Army. Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar for the year 2022 has been conferred to 29 children. These winners includes 15 boys and 14 girls belonging to 21 states and union territory. The awards carries a cash prize of 1 lakh rupees. The Prime Minister also conferred the Subhash Chandra Bose Apada Pradhan Prabandhan Puraskar for the year 2019, 20, 21 and 22. In the investiture ceremony, a total of 7 awards were presented during the ceremony. Gujarat Institute of Disaster Management in the institutional category and Professor Vinod Sharma in the individual category have been selected for the Subhash Chandra Bose Apada Prabandhan Puraskar for their excellent work in disaster management for the year 2022. The government of Assam has conferred its highest civilian award, Assam Web on Industry list Ratan Tata for his contribution to setting up cancer treatment facilities in the state. Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve, Erode District, Tamil Nadu, has been given the prestigious TX2 award after its tiger number doubled to 80 since 2010. Apart from the Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve, the Bardia National Park in Nepal has won this year TX2 awards for doubling the population of the wild tiger. Jammu and Kashmir Police has bagged the highest number of police medal of gallantry announcement by the central government on the evening of this event of this year, Republic Day. Out of 189, 115 police medal for gallantry have been awarded to the Jammu Kashmir Police for their courage and valor. Among the parliamentary force, the Central Reserve Police Forces has got the highest number of gallantry medals at 30. And friends, next topic, defense news. Defense news. फ्रेंड्स, अब है आपका यहाँ पर डिफेंस न्यूज़ जनवरी 2022 के जो भी आपका करंट अफेयर है वो आप देख रहे हैं. डिफेंस न्यूज़ में फर्स्ट पॉइंट, इंडिया हैज़ इन्वाइटेड ए टोटल ऑफ 46 फ्रेंडली फॉरेन कंट्रीज टू पार्टिसिपेट इन द मल्टी नेशनल नेवल एक्सरसाइज मिलन इन विशाखापट्टनम, शेड्यूल फ्रॉम 25th February 2022. Very, very important. The theme of this 11th edition of Exercise Milan is camaraderie, cohesion, collaboration. Next, India and its partner in the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue or Quad, along with Canada and South Korea, are participating in the multinational exercise Sea Dragon 2022 at Guam in the Western Pacific. And next, Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO successfully test fired an extended range sea-to-sea variant of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile for the Indian Navy. This advanced sea-to-sea variant of BrahMos supersonic cruise missile was launched from INS Vishakhapatnam, a stealth guided missile destroyer of the Indian Navy. And next, Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO successfully flight tested the Man Portable Anti-Tank Guided Missile MPATGM in its final deliverable configuration. MPATGM will be manufactured by Bharat Dynamic Limited at its facility in Bhanur, Telangana. Indian Navy and Russian Navy undertook PASEX exercise at the port of Kochi. In the Arabian Sea, the missile destroyer INS Kochi took part in the exercise. The Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has set up an online Raksha Pension Shikayat Nivaran portal to resolve pension-related grievances of ex-servicemen and their dependents. A maritime partnership exercise was held between the Indian Navy and Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force in the Bay of Bengal in a non-contract mode amid COVID-19. The Indian side was represented by Indian naval ship INS Shivalik and INS Kadmat. Next, India successfully test-fired improved BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. The launch was conducted by BrahMos Aerospace in close coordination with Defense Research and Development Organization. Swadesh Defense Company (SHAB) had been selected by the Indian Armed Force through a competitive program. for the supply of single-shot anti-armor weapon 84 will be used by the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force. Next, the NATO North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries will be conducting a 12-day maritime exercise in the Mediterranean Sea from 24 January 2022. The name of the maritime exercise is Neptune Strike 22. Russia delivered all the contract 70,000 AK-203 Kalashnikov assault rifle to the Indian Armed Force. The total cost of the contract is around 5,125 crore rupees. Western Naval Command of the Indian Navy conducted a joint military exercise Pashchimi Lahar of the West Coast. Next, the Russian, Chinese and Iranian navies undertook naval exercise Chiru 2022 in the Gulf of Oman. Science and Technology. The Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR has approved a test kit Omnisure developed by Tata for detecting the Omicron variant of the SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus. Scientists and experts in France have reportedly identified a new variant of COVID-19 termed IHU. The new variant is said to be more muted strain than Omicron. The B.1.640.2 or IHU variant was first identified by the academic at Institute IHU Mediterranean infection and contains 46 mutation, which is more than Omicron. Crypto Wire, a global crypto super application that is a special business unit of Ticketblatt, announced the launch of India's first index of cryptocurrencies, IC15, which is a rule-based broad market index by market capitalization. Next one, in Kerala, the first battery-powered electric boat built for the Kochi Water Metro project was handed over to the Kochi Metro Rail Limited. Khadi and Village Industries Commission KVIC Chairman Vinay Kumar Saxena has launched the country's first mobile honey processing van, very important, at Vilos Sirora in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. Indian Space Research Organization has successfully conducted the qualification test of cryogenic engine for Gaganyaan program for a duration of 720 seconds at the ISRO Population Complex, Mahendragiri, Tamil Nadu. Janvi Dangri, a young girl from Andhra Pradesh, has just completed NASA International Air and Space Program at the Kennedy Space Center in Alabama, US, making her the first Indian to accomplish this feat. Next, the Indian Space Research Organization ISRO successfully test-fired the Vikas engine that would power India's first human-carry rocket, Gaganyaan human space mission. This qualification test of the Vikas engine for the Gaganyaan human space mission was conducted by ISRO at Mahendragiri, Tamil Nadu. CSIR Central Drug Research Institute has developed an indigenous RT-PCR diagnostic kit OM for the testing of the Omicron variant for coronavirus. Important days and theme. The Defense Research and Development Organization has observed the 64th Foundation Day of its establishment on 1st January 2022. DRDO was established in 1958 with just 10 laboratories to enhance the research work in the defense sector. World Braille Day is observed globally on 4th January since 2019. The day is marked remembering the birth anniversary of Louis Braille, the inventor of Braille for people with visual disabilities. World Day of War Orphans is marked on 6th January to create awareness about the plight of children who have lost their parent due to conflict. The Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade and the Ministry of Commerce and Industry have decided to organize a week-long virtual innovation celebration called Startup India Innovation Week from 10 January to 16 January 2022. Showcase the separate and depth of entrepreneurship across India. Next, World Hindi Day is celebrated on 10th January since 2006 to promote the language at the global stage. The National Human Trafficking Awareness Day was observed on 11 January 2022. In India, the National Youth Day is celebrated on 12th January annually to commemorate the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. The theme for National Youth Day 2022 is It is All in the Mind. Next, in India, the Armed Force Veterans Day to observe each year on 14th January since 2017. And the Armed Day in India is celebrated on 15 January every year to salute the valiant soldiers who sacrificed their lives to protect the country and its citizens. This year mark the 74th Indian Army Day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had declared to mark 16 January as National Startup Day very important. National Disaster Response Force celebrates its Raising Day every year on 19 January since it came into existence on 19 January 2006. The 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was observed as Parakram Divas on 23rd January 2022. The day is celebrated to honor and remember Netaji's indomitable spirit and selfless service to the nation. In India, the National Girls Child Day is observed annually on 24 January. The day was observed for the first time in 2008. The International Day of Education is marked every year on 24 January globally to celebrate the role of education in bringing global peace and sustainable development. The theme of 4th International Day of Education in 2022 is Changing Course, Transforming Education. India observes National Voters Day every year on 25th January to encourage more young voters to take part in the political process. The theme of this year, NVD, National Voters Day, is making elections inclusive, accessible and participative. Next, the Indian government observed 25th January as the National Tourism Day to raise awareness about the importance of tourism for the country's economy. India celebrated the 73rd Republic Day on 26 January 2022. Republic Day marks the date on which the constitutions of India came into effect on 26 January 1950. For the second year in a row, the Republic Day parade may not have any foreign dignitary as chief guest due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The International Customs Day is observed on 26 January every year. This year, the theme chosen by WCO for ICT is Scaling Up Customs Digital Transformation by Embracing a Data Culture and Building a Data Ecosystem. International Day of Commemoration in memory of the victims of the Holocaust. International Holocaust Remembrance Day is observed on 27 January. In 2022, the theme guiding the United Nations Holocaust, remembrance, and education is memory, dignity, and justice. Data Privacy Day is celebrated on 28th January every year across the world. The theme for this year is Privacy Matters. Martyrs Day or Sahi Divas is observed every year on 30 January in the memory of Mahatma Gandhi, who was assassinated at Gandhi's Smriti in the Birla House by Nathuram Godse on 30 January to 1948. World Neglected Tropical Disease Day, World NTD Day to observe on 30 January every year to raise awareness about neglected tropical disease as a critical public health challenges so that we can progress towards their elimination. The theme of World NTD Day for the year 2022 is achieving health equity to end the neglect of poverty related disease. The 2022 slogan is From Neglect to Care. World Leprosy Day is observed globally on the last Sunday of January every year in 2022. The World Leprosy Day falls on January 30, 2022. This year theme of World Leprosy Day 2022 is United for Dignity. Indian Coast Guard is celebrated its 46th Raising Day on 1st Feb 2022. The ICG was formally established on February 1st, 1977 by the Coast Guard Act 1978 of the Parliament of India. World Wetlands Day is observed every year on 2nd February. All over the world, 2022 mark 51 years of the Convention on Wetland. The international theme for World Wetlands Day 2022 is Wetland Action for People in Nature. Environment News, Environment Current Affair. The 19th meeting of the National Tiger Conservation Authority was held under the chairmanship of the Union Ministers for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupendra Yadav. Currently, there are 51 tiger reserves in India and more than 35 rivers originate from those areas which are crucial for water security. India's oldest female sloth bear, whose name was Gulabu, has passed away at the Van Vihar National Park and Zoo located in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. India's supermom tigress, properly known as Kolar Wali, has passed away at Pench Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh due to old age. It was over 16-year-old Kolar Wali tigress was known for giving birth to 29 cubs during her lifetime, which is believed to be a world record. Art and Culture and Festival. Government promoted CSC SPV in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture will undertaking the first ever culture survey of India's villages through a mobile application. The survey titled Mera Gaon Meri Dharohar will document the cultural identity at the village level by involving citizens to share what makes their village, block or district unique. The Losar festival in Ladakh is celebrated at the onset of the new year in the traditional schedule of Tibetan Buddhism. The Losar is a 15-day festival from the start of the Tibetan lunar calendar. Losar is a Tibetan word that means new year. Lusong Namsung is annually celebrated across the Indian state of Sikkim on the 18th day of the 10th month of the Tibetan lunar calendar, which also mark the beginning of the harvest season. The Namsung festival beginning on the first day of the new moon, Phase Kunit Lovo as per the Lepcha lunisolar calendar known as Dungit Karchu. The 18th edition of the 2 days long Kachi Lemon Festival began in Manipur at the local ground of Kachi village in Ukrul district. Ukhrul district. The ninth edition of the Northeast Festival concluded in Guwahati, Assam. The main purpose of this festival is promote and highlighted the commercial and tourism potential of the Northeast region. Spitic Guest Spitic Guster Festival. Spitic Guster Festival, a 2 days annual celebration of Ladakh. Ladakhi culture and traditional heritage celebrated on 30 and 31st January 2022 in Leh, Ladakh. Leh and Ladakh Union Territory. On 2nd February 2022, India added 2 more Ramsar site upscaling the number from 47 to 49. The 2 new Ramsar sites are Khazirai Bird Sanctuary in Gujarat and Bakhira Wildlife Sanctuary in Uttar Pradesh. And next topic, agreements and MOUs. United Nations World Food Programme. And India has partnered with the Akshay Patra Foundation, a not-for-profit organization, to enhance the effectiveness for the Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman scheme, earlier known as National Program for Midday Meal in Schools. The Ministry of External Affairs has signed an agreement with Tata Consultancy Service Limited for the second phase of the Passport Seva program. TCS will be the service provider for the Passport Seva project, which it has been for over 10 years. The United Nations World Food Programme and the Odisha government joined hands to improve the food security of small and marginal farmers in India by strengthening their resilience to climate change. Geo Platforms has signed a pact with the University of Oulu, Finland, to accelerate research and standardization in 6G technology. Bharati Airtel and Google have announced a long-term partnership agreement to accelerate the growth of India's digital ecosystem. Under the deal, Google will invest $1 billion in Airtel. Social media giant Meta has partnered with industry body, the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, to support 5 lakh women-led small business across India. Meta will undertake this initiative under its hashtag She Means Business program in partnership with FICCI's Empowering the Greater 50 initiative. The Government of India has joined hand with the Government of Israel to create 150 villages of excellence in 12 states of the country to help farmers to adopt the latest technology in the farm sector. Next, State Bank of India has launched a dedicated centralized processing cell named Surya Shakti Cell with the objective of strengthening the existing financing arrangement for solar power project. SBI has collaborated with Tata Power Solar System Ltd, a Tata Power company, for financing solar power project. Summit and Conference 2022 January. The GST Council 46 meeting held in New Delhi under the chairmanship of Union Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has recommended deferring the decision to change the rate in textile. Consequently, the existing GST rate of 5% instead of 12% in textile sector would continue. Union Minister of Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh has inaugurated the 24th National Conference on E-Governance in Hyderabad, Telangana. The theme of the 2 days conference in India's Tactate Digital Governance in a Post-Pandemic World. Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal virtually addressed the 16th Indian India Digital Summit 2022. The 2 days in virtual event was organized on January 11 and 12, 2022 by the Internet and Mobile Association of India. And the theme of the summit was supercharging startup. India Digital Summit is the oldest event of the digital industry in India. During the events, the minister unveiled LEAP as the way forward to future stand our startup ecosystem. LEAP stand for leverage, encourage, assess and promote. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has addressed the World Economic Forum Devas Agenda Summit 2022 through video conferencing. The Devas Agenda 2022 Summit is being held digitally from 17 January to 21 January 2022 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The theme of the event is the state of the world. The first BRICS Sherpa meeting of 2022 was held virtually on 18 to 19 January 2022 with the members thanking India for the BRICS chairship in 2021. China has taken on the rotating chairmanship of BRICS in 2022. BRICS is a grouping of 5 major emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi has hosted the first India Central Asia Summit through the virtual platform. It was the first of its kind engagement between India and the Central Asian country at the level of leader. The Central Asian region have 5 recognized countries: Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. Economy, banking and business news. GST revenue collected in December 2021 was over 1.29 lakh crore, 13% higher than the same month in 2020. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India (IRDA) has started that LIC, GIC, Re and New India continue to be identified as domestic systematically important insurance for 2021 and 22. Life Insurance Corporation of India has inaugurated Dizzy Zone at Bandra Kurla Complex, Mumbai, as part of its effort to enhance its digital footprint. SBI Cards and Paytm Service has tied up with Paytm for cards tokenization to protect the data for the card holders. Reserve Bank of India has retained State Bank of India, ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank as domestic systematically important banks. Domestic systematically important banks are those banks which if fail would have significant impact on the economic. Reserve Bank of India has approved Fino Payment Bank for commencing international cross-border remittance business under the money transfer service scheme. Next, Airtel Payment Bank has been categorized as a scheduled bank by the Reserve Bank of India and the second schedule of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. The rating agency India Rating and Research has downgraded the GDP of India for the current financial year 2021 and 22. Indra expect the GDP to clock a growth rate of 9.3 in financial year 2022. The State Bank of India General Insurance Company Limited has launched a campaign titled Bahane Chodo Tax Bachao to increase awareness around the need to buy health insurance to save tax. NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Limited, the wholly owned subsidiary of National Payments Corporation of India, has introduced a functionality called Unified Presentment Management System. Next, Reserve Bank of India has set up a separate internal department for fintech, financial technology. The new department has been created with effect from 4th January 2022 by subsuming the FinTech division of Department of Payments and Settlement System Central Office. Ajay Kumar Chaudhary, who was recently promoted as the Executive Director of RBI, was appointed as head of the department. The Economic Research Team of the State Bank of India released its Eco Wrap report. In the report, SBI researchers have revised upwards the real GDP of India to around 9.5% in 2021 and 22 financial year 22 on year. National Statistical Officer has estimated India's GDP to growth at 9.2% in the current fiscal 2021 and 22. NSO released its first advanced estimate of economic output on 7 January 2022. According to the Finance Ministry, the deposit in bank accounts opened under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana scheme have crossed 1.5 lakh crore mark as of December and end 2021. The data revealed that over 44.23 crore accounts have been opened under the scheme. The World Bank has projected the Indian economy to grow at the following rate in its Global Economic Prospect report released on 11th January 2022. And the World Bank retained its financial year 2022 growth forecast for India at 8.3%, but upgraded it to 8.7% for financial year 2023 from 7.5% estimated earlier, citing improving growth prospect, especially a reviving private capex cycle. The GDP growth forecast of India in fiscal 2022 is estimated to grow at 6.5% as per the United Nations World Economic Situation and Prospects 2022 report. The central government of India is set to become the largest shareholder in Vodafone Idea, India's third largest network. VI or Vodafone Idea Limited has approved the interest on the spectrum and adjusted gross revenue dues into government equity. Payments Bank Limited became the largest and fastest growing UPI beneficiary bank in India. It became the first beneficiary bank in the country to achieve the landmark of over 926 million UPI transactions in a single month. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved the infusion of 1500 crore rupee in India Renewable Energy Development Agency Limited IREDA. The RBI's digital payment index, which show the depending of payments through digital modes in India, rose by 339.64% to 304.06 in September 2021 against 217.74 in the year ago month. National Payments Corporation of India and Reliance Jio have announced the UPI authority has now been introduced for the telecom industry with Jio. MobiKwik, on one of India's largest mobile wallets and buy now pay later, fintech companies launched ClickPay for its customer in collaboration with NPCI. Bharat Bill Pay Limited. Foreign direct investment flows to India fell by 26% in 2021 compared to 2020 as per the UN Conference on Trade and Development. Investment Trends Monitor published on 19 January 2022. According to a Reserve Bank of India working paper, the optimal hedge ratio for the external commercial borrowing raised by firms in India is estimated at 63% for the periods of high volatility in the foreign exchange market. The International Monetary Fund has cut India's economic growth forecast for the current fiscal 2021 and 21 to 9% in its latest World Economic Outlook report. Earlier, this was estimated at 9.5%. IMF has projected the growth forecast for India in 2022 and 23 financial year 23 at 7.1. IMF has projected the global growth rate in 2022 4.4% and in 2023 to 3.8%. According to the World Global Council report, gold demand trends 2021 has informed that the global gold demand rose 10% in 2021 to 4,021.3 tons. Pencilton, 18 focus fintech startup has launched Pencil Card, a debit card with NCMC National Common Mobility Card for teens. It has been launched in partnership with Transco. Next, the National Common Mobility Card was developed by India's Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in early 2019. Tata Group has chosen State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda and HDFC Bank as preferred bankers for Air India. Payment Money has introduced India's first intelligent messaging called POPs. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has presented Economic Survey 2021-22 in the Parliament on 31st January 2022. The GDP growth rate for the ongoing financial year 2021 and 2022 is estimated at 9.2%. For more details, refer another separate section of economic survey. तो आप उसे देख सकते हैं. मैंने आपको इकोनॉमिक सर्वे इन बजट कराया है तो उसे देख लीजिएगा. यूनियन फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर Nirmala Sitharaman presented the Union Budget 2022 for the fourth time in a row. For more details, चेक कीजिएगा आप, जो आपका बजट वाला सेक्शन वीडियोस है उसमें देखिएगा. स्कीम प्रोजेक्ट एंड प्रोग्राम कैंपेन 2022. यूनियन एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर धर्मेंद्र प्रधान हैज़ लॉन्च ए 100 days रीडिंग कैंपेन पढ़ी भारत. द रीडिंग कैंपेन विल बी ऑर्गेनाइज फॉर 100 days, 14 weeks starting from 1st January 2022 10 April 2022. Pradhan Pade Bharat campaign will focus on children studying in Balatika to grade 8. Next, the flagship Ujala program of the Ministry of Power has successfully completed 7 years of distributing and selling LED lights on 5th January 2022. Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all Ujwala scheme was launched by Prime Minister of India Shri Narendra Modi on 5th January 2015. The Railway Protection Force of the Western Railway Zone of Indian Railway has launched a new initiative called Mission Amanat to make it easier for railway passengers to get back their lost luggage. The Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs announced the Open Data Week that will see participation from all the 100 smart cities, a move aimed at ensuring a collaboration effort towards making India's city data smart. The Open Data Week will be conducted during the third week of January from 17 January 2022 to 21st January 2022. Ministry of Defence has started home delivery of medicines under Sehat scheme. Ministry of Defence had launched the Service e-Health Assistance and Teleconsultation Sehat Medical Teleconsultation Service for all entire armed force personnel and their families in May 2021. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has addressed 30 National Commission for Women Foundation Day program on 31st January 2022 via video conference. The event was organized to celebrate the achievements of women in different fields. The theme of the program was She the Change Maker. Commission and committees. Next topic. Capital Market Regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has restricted its primary market advisory committee on data, and it has appointed S. Shahu as panel head. The 31st member Parliamentary Standing Committee has been constituted to examine the prohibition of child marriage Amendment Bill 2021. Out of the total 31st member, TMC MP Sushmita Dev is the sole women representative in the committee. The bill seeks to raise the legal age of marriage for women in India from 18 to 21 to bring it at par with men. Ministry of Home Affairs has constituted a committee to inquire into the serious lapse in the security arrangement during Prime Minister Narendra Modi visit to Punjab. It is a 3-member committee and will be headed by Sudhir Kumar Saxena and Secretary Security Cabinet Secretariat. It also comprises Balbir Singh, Joint Director IB, and S. Suresh, IC and SPG. The Supreme Court of India has constituted a 5-member committee to probe the security breach during the recent visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Punjab. The committee will be headed by former Apex Court Judge Justice Indu Malhotra. And next topic, reports index. The Chennai International Airport is one of the top 10 large international airports in the world. The ensure one-time departments in a review conducted by Serum, an organization that specializes in offering aviation data to travel, finance, aerospace and aviation industry. The airport has been ranked 8 for one-time performance for the year 2021. The first 3 positions have been backed by United States Miami Airport, Fukuoka Airport and Haneda Airport in Japan. India has improved its position by 7 places to rank at 83 place among 111 countries in the latest Handley Passport Index released for Q Quality First of 2022. Oman and Armenia are the latest destination where Indian passport holder can visit without obtaining a visa. Japan and Singapore have retained the joint top position in the Handley Global Mobility Report 2021 Q1. Their passport holders are allowed to travel visa-free to 192 countries. Afghanistan has the world's least powerful passport with a visa-free score of 26. Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav has launched the 17th edition of the biennial India's State of Forest Report 2021. India's forest and tree cover rose by 2,261 square kilometer, 1,540 square kilometer forest cover and 721 square kilometer tree cover. And ISFR 2021 as compared to the assessment of 2019. ISFR is released by the Forest Survey of India every 2 years since 1987 to assess the country's forest resources. According to Oxfam, India Inequality Kills report the wealth of India's richest family reached to a record high in 2021. In the report, India was described as a very unequal country as the top 10 people in India hold 57% of the wealth. On the other hand, the share of the bottom half is 13%. According to the International Labour Organization World Employment and Social Outlook Trend 2022 report, global unemployment will reach 207 million in 2022. Niti Aayog has released a report titled Banking on Electrical Vehicle in India on 22nd January 2022, which outlined the need and importance of the inclusion of electrical vehicle in RBI Priority Sector Lending Guidelines. The Union Minister of Home and Corporation Amit Shah has virtually released India's first district good governance index for 20 districts of Jammu and Kashmir. The top 5 districts in the district good governance index are Jammu, Doda, Samba, Pulwama and Srinagar. The district good governance index is a framework document comprising of performance under 10 governance sector having 58 indicators with 160 data points. Transparency International has released the Corruption Perceptions Index 2021, in which India has been ranked 85th spot, a score of 40. The ranking has been topped jointly by the three countries Denmark, Finland and New Zealand, score 88. Apple has retained its position as the most valuable brand in 2022 as well, according to the Brand Finance 2022 Global 500 report. The brand valuation of Apple was recorded at $355.1 billion in 2022, which is an increase of 35% from last year. Reserve Bank of India has released the annual report of the Ombudsman scheme for 2022, 2020 and 2021, which has been prepared for the 9-month period July 1st, 2022 for 31st March 2021 in alignment with the charge in the financial year of RBI from July to June to April to March with effect from July 1st, 2020. Under the scheme, major areas of complaints are related to ATM or debit card, mobile or electronic banking and credit card. The volume of complaints received under all the three Ombudsman scheme increased by 22.27% on an annualized basis and stood at 33107. RBI data further highlights that Chandigarh received the maximum complaints during the same period. Maharashtra has topped India's list in the number of micro, small and medium enterprises owned by entrepreneurs from the scheduled caste with as many as 96,805 enterprises. Tamil Nadu with 42,997 enterprises and Rajasthan with 38,517 units occupy the second and third slot according to the data furnished by the Office of the Development Commissioner in the Union Minister of MSME. Inauguration and Foundation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of Major Dhyan Chand Sports University in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh at an estimated cost of about 700 crore rupees. The university will have the capacity of training 1080 sports person, including 540 female and 540 male sports person. Union Ayush Minister Sarvanand Sonowal has laid the foundation stone of the Heartfulness International Yoga Academy in Hyderabad, Telangana. He also launched 75 crores Surya Namaskar initiative as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Union Minister of State for Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh has inaugurated India's first open rock museum in Hyderabad, Telangana. Museum displays around 35 different type of rock from the different part of the India with age ranging from 3.3 billion years to around 55 million years of the Earth histories. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has inaugurated Kalpana Chawla Center for Research in Space Science and Technology at Chandigarh University. Kalpana Chawla was the first woman of India origin to go to space. On the occasion of the National Youth Day 2022, Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually inaugurated an MSME Technology Center which will function under the Union Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in Pondicherry. The Technology Center was built at a cost of 122 crores with a focus on the electronical system design and manufacturing sector. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate a 216-foot statue of Ramanujacharya in a sitting position in Hyderabad on 5th February 2022. Celebrate the 1000th birth anniversary of the Sant. Ramanujacharya was an 11th century saint and a revolutionary social reformer. The statue will be called as the Statue of Equality. It is located in a 45-acre complex at Samshabad on the outskirts of Hyderabad in Telangana. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has unveiled a hologram statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose at India Gate on his 125th birth anniversary of Netaji, which is being observed as Parakram Divas. The size of the hologram statue is 28 feet in height and 6 feet in width. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched the Pandit Jashraj Culture Foundation on the occasion of the 92nd birth anniversary of the Indian classical vocalist. Next, obituaries, Nidhan, death. Legendary Kathak dancer Pandit Birju Maharaj has passed away at the age of 83. Pandit Birju Maharaj was an Indian dancer, composer, singer and exponent of the Lucknow Kalka Bidarin Gharana of Kathak dancer in India. Birju Maharaj was a recipient of the Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian honor in 1986. The Indian Navy's 1971 Indo-Pak War veteran Vice Admiral S.H. Sharma has passed away at the age of 100. India had defeated Pakistan in 1972 war, leading to the creation of Bangladesh. Social worker Shindutai Sabkal, who was called as Mother of Orphan, passed away at the age of 73 years. She was also referred to just a Sindhu Tai or Me. She was awarded the Padma Shri in 2021 in the social work category. The Olympic triple jump 3-time gold medalist and former world record holder Viktor Danilovich Sanev passed away in Australia. Founder of Shillong Chamber Choir and renowned Indian concert pianist Neil Nog Yorin passed away. Malian Bangram, the Oscar, Emmy and Grammy-winning American lyricist and songwriter, has passed away. European Parliament President David Sassoli has passed away due to health issue. A prominent Kannada writer Chandrasekhar Patil, properly known as Champa, passed away at the age of 82. Olympic athlete Dion Landor, who participated in the 400-meter race in 2020 Olympic, passed away at the age of 29 years due to a fatal car accident in Texas, United Nations. Odisha's social worker and Padma Shri awarded Shanti Devi, who was remembered as the voice of the poor, has passed away at the age of 88. She was also called Lugdi Devi. The former president of Mali, Ibrahim Boubacar Ketea, who was ousted in a military corps, has passed away. Next, noted environmentalist and Shave Silent Valley campaigner Professor M.K. Prasad passed away recently. He was a prominent figure in the historic grassroots level movement to save the evergreen tropical rainforest in Kerala's Silent Valley from destruction. The well-known professional mountaineer Major Haripal Singh Ahluwalia passed away recently. Guinness World holder for the oldest person living male, Esturiño de la Fuentec Garriga, Spain, has passed away at the age of 112 years and 341 days. Noted Indian historian, archaeologist and epigraphist from Tamil Nadu, Ram Chandran Nagaswamy, has passed away. Nagaswamy was known for his work on temple inscription and art history of Tamil Nadu. Noted Kathakali dancer Milena Shalvini of France has passed away. Italian-born Shalvini was a regular visitor to India, especially Kerala, where she learned Kathakali and ran Center Mandappa, a school for Indian dance form in Paris. Former hockey midfielder Charanjit Singh has passed away at the age of 90 after suffering a cardiac arrest and prolonged age-related illness. He was the captain of the Indian hockey team, which won gold in the Tokyo Olympics in 1964. Iqbal Singh Kingra, who was an Indian spiritual leader of the Sikh community and an educationalist, passed away at the age of 95 years. He was conferred with the Padma Shri in 2022 for his contribution in the field of social work. Senior Advocate and Additional Solicitor General Rupendra Singh Shuri has passed away. So friends, ये आपके सारे टॉपिक कंप्लीट एंड मिसलेनियस करंट अफेयर जनवरी 2022. Tesla founder and CEO Elon Musk, who has been using social media to recruit people, has disclosed the Indian origin Ashok Iluswamy was the first employees to be hired for his electrical vehicle company's autopilot team. The government of Uttar Pradesh has renamed the Jhansi railway station in Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh as Virangna Lakshmibai railway station after Rani Lakshmibai. A second road linking Toskmo Lake and Nathulla border pass with Gangtok has been christened as Narendra Modi Marg. The governor of Sikkim, Ganga Prasad, has inaugurated this route, which is an alternative to Jawaharlal Nehru Marg. Captain Harpreet Chandi, Indian origin British Sikh Army officer and physiotherapist, also known as Polar Preet, has created history by becoming the first woman of color to complete a solo unsupported trek to the South Pole. The Ministry of Railway has approved the reimagining of the Kevadia railway station in the Narmada district of Gujarat as Ekta Nagar railway station. The Statue of Unity's Kevadia railway station falls under the Vadodara division. The station code of Ekta Nagar railway station will be AKNR. Kochi, Kerala has become India's first city to have a water metro project after the launch of its first boat in December 2021, namely Muzris, among the 23rd battery-powered electric boats being manufactured by Kochi Shipyard Limited. This launch is a part of the 747 crore project rupees, which is operated by Kochi Water Metro Limited. The boats will be called Water Metro. Next point, Haryana Deputy CM Dushyant Chautala announced that Gurugram will get India's first heli hub with all aviation facilities. The heli hub will be the first of its kind in India to have all facilities at the one place for helicopter. A US man, David Bennett, 57-year-old, has become the first person in the world to get a heart transplant from a genetically Indo-fighted pig. The 20 Dhaka International Film Festival being at Dhaka, Bangladesh. Indian entries to the 20 DIFFA include film like Kojungal, directed by P.S. Vinod Thras, Avijitrik, and directed by Subharijit Mitra, Mayer Jonjal, directed by Indranil Roy Chaudhary, and Andal, directed by Sarif Esa, among the 35 entries. The Oxford University Press has picked up NXT as the Children's World of the Year 2021 based on their recent research. Apart from NXT, 21%, challenging 19%, isolate 14%, well-being 13%, and resilience 12% were the children's top 5 words. A new species of rain frog discovered in the Panama jungle has been named after Swedish environmental activist Greta Thunberg. The species has been named as Prismatic Greta-Berg, or popularly known as the Greta Thunberg rain frog. India's largest electrical vehicle charging station with a capacity of 100 charging points for four-wheelers was opened at Delhi Jaipur National Highways in Gurugram. The new EV charging station has been developed by tech piloting company Alka Ritri Private Limited. Alka Trifi Private Limited. So, South Korean electronic manufacturing giant Samsung Electronics surpassed US chip maker Intel to become the world's leading chip maker by revenue in 2021, according to a report released by research from Counterpoint Technology Market Research. National Payment Corporation of India and the UPS ecosystem, comprising of leading banks and fintech, have announced the UPI Safety and Awareness Initiative to create awareness amongst consumers. Under this initiative, NPCI and UPI ecosystem will observe 1st to 7 February as UPI Safety and Awareness Week, and the whole of February as UPI Safety and Awareness Month. Social activists have built a temple for Mahatma Gandhi and freedom fighter Smriti Vanam at the municipal park in Srikakulam, Andhra Pradesh, to inculcate patriotism among the youth by remembering the sacrifices of freedom fighters. Tata Sky has dropped the Sky brand name after 15 years and has restrained itself as Tata Play. सो फ्रेंड, टोटली आपका जनवरी मंथ कंप्लीट हो गया है. सभी वीडियो को लाइक और शेयर कीजिएगा. थैंक यू सो मच.